Welcome to the Connections community. My name is Elizabeth Parks and I'm the president of Parks Associates, a market research and consulting firm focused on emerging consumer technologies. Since 1986, we've been looking closely at emerging products in the home for consumers, consumer devices and services like home security and automation, connected entertainment, connected health, and broadband services in the home. This year would have been our 24th year to host our signature event, Connections, the premier connected home conference. We would also be hosting our 15th annual Connections Europe event in November in Amsterdam. While it's an enormous disappointment that we can't host our in-person events this year, we know they play a huge role in networking, visibility for leading players in the smart home space, and interacting with our analyst team and key players. In place of these events, we're bringing you the Connections community, a virtual experience that will take place through the end of November. We will be live streaming our analysts, industry leaders, and hosting panel discussions through the SwapCard platform, where attendees can log in for live viewing, view past recorded sessions, and interact with fellow Connections community participants during our live sessions. We want to thank our sponsors of our events, many of whom have supported our efforts for years. We really are striving to bring individuals together to network and communicate about the important issues our industries are facing, particularly as we all navigate the new way to accomplish things. Our Connections community platform allows for a live stream view and conversations with our community members. You can ask questions, chat with the group, chat with individuals, and even have a video meeting spontaneously with community members. Following the session, we'll have open networking discussions on video for more dialogue with our analyst team and community members. We have already had some great sessions on the platform as part of the Connections community experience. If you're just joining us, or if you missed a previous session, you can go back on the agenda calendar to watch these on demand. We are excited about our upcoming sessions covering the support of consumer devices in the network on October 7th and privacy and security issues on October 28th. These virtual experiences lead up to 3 days of networking fun hosted November 10th through the 12th, where Parks Associates will present a state of the smart home market, the value in elevated user experiences, monitoring and expansion beyond security systems, smart home platforms, seniors and technology, and the impact of new technologies focused on proactive and predictive analytics, as well as the impact of 5G and Wi-Fi 6. We are proud to bring together over 1,000 executives so far, with more members joining daily. Our team looks forward to your feedback. For any comments or interest in learning more about visibility options or speaking, please reach out to me or any of our team members. Use the question tab to ask your questions or to upvote your favorite questions from other attendees. You can also answer polling questions under polls to give your live vote. Our analysts and panel speakers will be addressing your questions and the polling answers during the live stream. Ask your questions early in the presentation, as our analysts will choose the most upvoted questions to be addressed by the session speakers. If you have any questions during the stream about SwapCard, our team is standing by to help. Just drop a message in the chat or message one of Parks Associates team members via the Parks Associates company page. We want to make sure you're connecting with our industry-leading sponsors in the smart home space. You can visit any sponsor during the session by navigating to the Sponsors tab, browse sponsors, or bookmark the ones that interest you for later. Contact the sponsor via chat, view uploaded documents, watch welcome videos, and more. Have you created your personal event agenda on SwapCard? Go to the Agenda tab, view different sessions under each date, add the sessions that interest you to your personal event agenda. You can access your personal event agenda by clicking the My Event tab. Export your agenda to your calendar to receive reminders and a direct link to your registered sessions.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for the fifth in our series of Connections Community events. I'm Patrice Samuels, and I'll be hosting today's event. Now, before we launch into the event, I wanted to take some time to thank our sponsors who are all represented here on this slide. We really appreciate your contribution to making this event an overall success. So we'll kick off today's session with some analyst insights on the topic onboarding and ongoing support services. Then we'll have a fireside chat with a co-founder and CEO of Handy. And of course, then that will lead into our interactive panel discussion titled Supporting the Connected Consumer. And then we'll all tie it all up with some networking discussions on Zoom afterwards. Now, the networking sessions on Zoom will be titled How COVID-19 is Impacting Support Services and Preferences, as well as Technical Support, Business Models of the Future. So we definitely hope you can join us for at least one of those sessions. Now, when we talk about onboarding support, we're looking at the onboarding experience from the time consumers are attempting to purchase products to the point where they're actually setting them up and using them as desired. Now, it is important that brands understand this experience, as we know that the onboarding experience has a really strong impact on overall market growth and product adoption. So if we start by looking at the purchase experience, one of the first things that we notice is that there's a significant gap between purchase intentions and actual purchases for smart home devices. So we see where 40% of US broadband households report intention to purchase at least one smart home device in 2019, and only 17% actually purchased a device. Now, there's always a gap between purchase intentions and actual device purchases, but for smart home devices, that gap is particularly wide, indicating that several factors may be negatively impacting the space. And of course, we know that concerns about technical problems and technical issues are just one of those problems. So as you can see, we have 11% of consumers who do not own or intend to purchase a device, reporting that confusion about how to set up and use the device is a barrier to purchasing the products. Now, this definitely does not mean that only 11% of consumers are actually confused about how to set up and use these devices. What this is saying is that this is the percentage of consumers who report that this is the reason that they don't own or have not or do not intend to purchase a product. Now, we also have 9% of these consumers who do not purchase devices because of fears that the devices will not work together with other products in their home and really just cause a lot of technical issues. So some of the questions that, support providers or even, the sales assistants in retail stores get asked when consumers are trying to purchase these products include, questions around device setup and configuration of the product. So they'll ask, will a specific feature be enabled automatically, or is there something that they have to do in order to enable that feature? There are also questions around interoperability. Will this product work with a specified product, any kind of product that I currently have in my home? That's always a concern as well. And also there tend to be concerned around security and privacy, like what aspects of my personal data will this device share? Will my smart TV continuously listen to me? Questions like that around security and privacy of data are also very concerning to a lot of consumers. Now, a lot of these issues stem from not only the fact that consumers do lack experience with these products, but there's also a lack of industry standards just governing security and privacy, governing the technologies, and confusion, and get answers to these questions directly, or the result will be